Good evening, Congressman Babin here. I just finished attending President Trump's third State of the Union, and what a powerful and optimistic message he delivered to all of Congress and to the nation. The theme of his speech was very clear and appropriate: the great American comeback. The President touched on many topics such as our soaring economy, lowering the cost of health care, safe and legal immigration, and protecting America's national security. For too long, America's economy had been stagnant, the American worker forgotten, and our borders left wide open, but no more. No one can deny what the President and Republican pro-growth policies have done for America's economy in just 3 years. Since Donald Trump was sworn into office in January of 2017, more than 7 million jobs have been created. In the great state of Texas alone, we've seen 895,000 new jobs added to the market, including 77,000 manufacturing jobs. This booming economy has benefited the middle class and blue-collar workers tremendously. We currently have the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years. For African American and Hispanic Americans, unemployment rates are at the lowest they've been in history. Millions of Americans have risen out of poverty and have been given the opportunity to rejoin the workforce. In fact, more Americans are employed today than ever before, and they're taking home more of their hard-earned money than they have in a very long time. President Trump has strengthened America's trade by signing the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, which will create 176,000 additional American jobs and generate $68 billion in economic growth. If that's not enough, Trump has also signed Phase 1 of the new trade agreement with China, helping America's farmers and ranchers tremendously. Under this president, and with the help and leadership of the Lone Star State, I'm proud to say that America is now energy independent. We no longer rely on other nations to meet our energy needs. And this is huge for long-term sustainability and national security. Obamacare and the high cost of health care plagued the American people for years. Well, tonight, the President has called on Congress to support the administration's efforts to lower the cost of health care while continuing to provide the highest standard of care in the world, but with access to the most innovative cures and medical breakthroughs. Clearly, socialism is a rising force in the Democratic Party with very specific ideas for our health care system. If implemented, these policies would completely destroy health care as we know it by removing access and choice from the hands of the American people. Folks, history has proven that socialism is never the answer. It's a prescription for failure and misery for the people. I look forward to working with the President to find real solutions to confront everyday American concerns like surprise medical billing, transparency, accountability, and the flexibility to choose the plan and the doctor that's right for you. The President hit on the great improvements that we are making to secure our southern border, even in the face of Democrat opposition. It's astounding how much progress that Trump has made over the last year with zero help from Democrats in Congress. In May of 2019, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents apprehended 144,000 illegal aliens who broke our nation's laws and crossed the southern border. And mind you, that was just 1 month. The number of illegal apprehensions have decreased every month since then, with the most recent December illegal apprehension numbers dropping to 40,620. Still too high, but so much better. And that's solely due to the policies put in place by the Trump administration. Democrats would decriminalize illegal entry and abolish Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, or ICE. Incredible. The President hit on the dangers of sanctuary cities whose policies protect illegal criminal aliens instead of American citizens. We have repeatedly seen the tragic consequences that these policies often lead to. Too many Americans have been assaulted, raped, and murdered at the hands of illegal aliens. In many of these cases, local authorities do not cooperate with federal law enforcement in allowing these criminals to be released back into our communities to choose their next victims. Sanctuary city policies must end, and I, along with the President, will not quit fighting until they do. America's national security remains a top priority for the White House. While the President provided an update on America's diplomatic and military efforts around the world, I'd like to point out that in the last month alone, President Trump has protected the American people by taking out two of the worst and most wanted terrorists in the world. This administration has continuously put the protection of America and its people first. This will not change. And as a veteran myself, I strongly support the President. Tonight, we heard the President make many promises to the American people. But if there's anything that we've learned over the last 3 years, it's that this President keeps these promises. America is winning, and there's no doubt that we're better off now under President Trump than ever before. Thank you, and may God bless you, Texas, and the United States of America.